Okay, so what we have done last Monday, okay, basically I showed you first how to cite, okay, articles from journals, okay, how to basically if your article involve one author, two authors, or three authors or more, okay, and then how to properly cite them in your article, okay, using the correct format. And then I also shown you how to use Google Scholar, okay, and how to actually extract the information, okay, information from using this option here, where you can just simply copy and paste the format APA, okay, directly into your references, okay, and then or you can also extract the information and put it into your reference manager, i.e. Zotero, okay, using the options here. Usually we use EndNote, okay, so once you extract the file, okay, and then you can import directly into Zotero. So this is, I mean, of course you need to practice this by try and error and see how you can actually optimize, okay, and use the software to facilitate your management on your thesis, okay. And also other assignments lah. I'm sure you got other assignments that require you to also use to actually use journal articles, okay, as part of the resources, okay, for you to prepare your research, okay, or your assignment, okay. And then also I have shown you how to, beside using the automatic Google citation format, okay, you can also extract the information directly from the article itself, okay. If you click on any article, okay, try to look for the reference format, meaning to download the because any article should have the link to actually extract the information, okay, to link into your reference manager. Okay, so for example, this article, okay, any journal article, okay, for example, this one, you can see the item cite here. So when you click on the cite, okay, and then export citation to RIS. Okay, so this is, or you can use the one that we use usually is RIS lah, RIS format or EndNote format, both should be similar. Okay, so any journal article, look for the cite button, okay, or cite icon, okay, and then click on that and then export to RIS, and then you're gonna be prompted with the file here where you can simply double click, or you can go to Zotero and import the file directly, okay, into the so this one, for example, okay. Okay, so this is the file which I just double click and it will open Zotero, okay, because it is my default set as my default reference manager. Or if you do not set it, you need to open Zotero and then just go to file, import, okay. So it should be the same process as what I've shown you before. Okay, so any journal article should have the link for you to extract the citation information, okay. So actually this will be the best way to extract the information, okay, from from the journal, rather than using the default, the automatic from Google, okay, because sometimes Google may not have the correct format, but usually it is still correct lah, okay. But to be on the safe side, okay, rather than using this one, it's better to actually go to the journal directly and click on the cite button and extract the information. Okay, any journal article should have the of course different journal has different template, okay, or different layout, okay, of the article. For example, this one you can see cite this article. Anything that refer to citation or cite this article, you click there, and for example, this one, download citation. Okay, and when you download, again, it will download this RIS file for you. and you can open your Zotero and import this into your Zotero. Okay, so any journal article should have that citation icon. Okay, the only difference is that different journal has different template or layout, how actually it displays the information. Okay, but as you, the more you open journal articles, okay, different publishers, different formats, okay, then you will get the idea where actually to extract the information from. Okay, for example, this one is the site icon here. Again, it's the same thing. Okay, select, if you want to select format, usually we follow the either RIS or EndNote. Both will be the same. For example, RIS, you can go to Zotero, but ENW also, EndNote is available for Zotero. So you can either RIS or EndNote. Okay, if you choose RIS as what we've been doing previously, or EndNote. So both will be the same. Okay, so again, once you download, it will go to the download folder, and then you can just import directly. Okay, so any article, the best way is to go straight to the article and import the citation information. Or you can try to use the automatic from Google. Okay, and then, of course, the way you want to cite, okay, you need to refer to the surname, the name that appear first. Okay, Ramelli and Wagner. So this will be the name of the authors that you want to cite in your article. Meaning, if you want to cite the paper in the text, okay, if 2 authors, then you need to mention both of the names lah. Okay, 3 or more, as what we discussed, use et al. Okay, even though that is the first time you mention the author's name, okay, use et al straight away. Okay, there are different style of writing. Some might say 3 authors or more. The first time you need to mention all the author's name. The second time you refer to the article, then you only use et al. But for me, I would prefer to use et al. Even though you are citing the author's name for the first time. So use et al. Whenever you are referring or you are citing article 3 or more authors lah. Okay, so we are going through that. Okay, and also I think I've shown you briefly last Monday. Okay, if the article is not available directly for you to download, meaning that the link is not shown on the right side of Google Scholar, okay, or even if you click the link, for some reason you cannot download the article, okay, for example like this one, okay, there is no link for you to download, meaning that the article may not be available for open access. Open access means anyone can download, okay, meaning that this article is restricted only for subscribers. So if the library subscribe to the journal, then we can only download the article. Okay, if that is the reason, if that is the cause, then you still want to access the article. Okay, one way to get around this limitation is by using Sci-Hub. Okay, so I've given you the link before. Okay, you can go to Sci-Hub and then extract the DOI. Okay, the DOI information of any journal article should have the DOI display on the front page of the article. Okay, so any journal article should have the DOI, which is the address or the unique passport, okay, or unique IC is how you identify the article. Okay, this is like the birth certificate lah of the article. So you need to copy the whole line from HTTPS until the last digit and just simply copy and paste into Sci-Hub, and most of the time you should be able to open the article. Okay, especially if the article is 1 year old, more than 1 year old, meaning that the article is published 2020 and below lah. Okay, if the article is published this year, 2021, meaning it is still less than 1 year, so there is a possibility that you may not be able to download the article. Okay, but if some reason, if you are lucky, then you should be able to open the article using Sci-Hub, even though the article is only been recently published this year. So you need to explore, okay, what are the articles that you can actually use, okay? Because as I mentioned before, in your project, you need to update the references, okay? So you need to have at least 30% of your references that comes from recent articles. Recent articles mean the last 5 years, in 2018, 2017, 2019, 2020, and also 2021. Okay, as part of your references. Okay, and especially in your introduction, in your chapter 1, in the background of the study. Okay, when you want to have the final version of your project, okay, your background should also, you need whatever information that you want to cite, okay, in your chapter 1, you need to refer to the latest article. So at least it shows that, okay, whatever topic that you are doing, you are referring to the latest development, okay, latest evidence. So this is 2021 in November already. So the article that you want to cite in your background of the study, okay, as I mentioned, you need to refer to at least 2 or 3 articles, okay, as part of your citation. You need to cite 2 or 3 articles in the background of the study. And those articles should be the latest one, okay, in the last 3 or 4, the last 3 to 4 or 5 years, okay, preferably 2021 or 2020. Okay, just to indicate that whatever that you are trying to do now is based on the latest development of the issue. Okay, not something that was discussed 10 years ago. So it just shows that you have not updated. You're not keeping up to date of the latest development. So that's why it's very important to have the latest articles, okay, latest references in your project. Okay. To give more weight, pemberat lah. Weight of your article, of your thesis, so that it becomes more relevant rather than you are just simply copy and paste or rewriting what other people have done. So that is not what. So that is part of the skill that I expect you, every student, to actually display. Okay, as part of the marks that will be given to you in your project. Okay, so that is what we have done so far. So for Sci-Hub, again, you need to explore this lah. Okay, so if you face any problem, okay, to actually access Sci-Hub, okay, because some student might say that the link is not working. Okay, even though I am using the Sci-Hub dash shop. Okay, so what you need to do is usually if you cannot open Sci-Hub, okay, for some reason, you are not able to open Sci-Hub, okay, so what I normally do is I just go to Google, okay, you just type Sci-Hub not working, okay, and then the first search that appear on your YouTube, okay, so you go to the video, okay, and then you go to the description. So usually it will give you the latest link, okay, that will allow you to open Sci-Hub. Okay, so this is what I normally do lah. But the link that I'm using has been, I've been using that link for quite some time, so there is no problem with this one, Sci-Hub. Okay, so for example, this one, okay, again, just go to YouTube, just type Sci-Hub not working. The first one that pop up, okay, you open the link. Okay, we're not really interested on the video. We just want to look at the description and go to the latest one. Okay, so when you click on this, okay, usually it will give you the working link. Okay, so this one is Sci-Hub.ren. Okay, so the one that I'm using just now is Sci-Hub.shop. Still, it works as well. Okay, so there are different address, okay, that you can use to actually access Sci-Hub, because this is an so-called illegal website, okay, that allow you to download article for free. So you may expect that it will face some disruption, okay, or in order to access this website. So use this as much as possible, because this is one of for me, especially for 2020 and below articles. So there is no excuse that you say that you cannot find articles, okay, that are relevant to your area, because even though because now you can still download the article even though the university does not provide official access, okay, to the article. Okay, so this is actually a good news lah for academicians, for students, okay, because you can get access to most of the articles, okay, in the Google Scholar. Okay, so that is what we have done last Monday, okay, on the literature review. Okay, because we are approaching already towards the end of week number. So by the way, when is your mid-semester break? If you ask me, I never pay attention to this break because for lecturers we don't have any break lah. I mean we work as usual except for official holiday like Christmas, okay, or any official holiday. So when is your mid-semester break? Come on. Bila you all punya cuti? Ni 2 minggu lagi, 2 weeks from now. Meaning on the 2nd of December, is it? You all ni tidur ke apa?
3rd December.
Ha?
3rd December.
3rd December. Kenapa lah you all ni susah sangat nak cakap gunakan mikrofon tu? Simpanlah suara tu. Okay. So we have 2 weeks, 2 more weeks lah, okay, before you go for the mid-semester break. Okay. So we next week, okay, and also the next 2 weeks, okay, we try to finish chapter 3, okay, especially on the method on learning SPSS. So I will provide you the link before that, okay. So anything that you want to ask on the literature review section, because I think I've been doing most of the talking for the past couple of weeks with little interaction or contribution from you guys, okay. So now I let you guys interact or ask me questions, or you want to share your screen regarding any part of the thesis that you want to ask, whether that would be the correct way. So I'm leaving it to you now. So if you don't talk, then I will just keep quiet for the next half an hour or so. Okay, so I'm switching off my screen share. Okay, so please do if you want to ask anything on the citation, especially on the references style, how to cite, how to access the Google Scholar. I mean, how to use Sci-Hub or Zotero, any issue that you have so far, okay, please feel free to share your screen or ask me any questions.
Prof, can I share my screen?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Prof, natanya itu tak ada tarik nama macam mana.
Which one?
Like this.
No date. So you need the article directly and see. But this is what, a thesis or an article or what?
Article.
But No, I mean, is this a published article? Means that is it published in a conference or journal? You know, because if you don't get any information, then it's difficult to actually to refer to the article. You know, because when we refer to journal article or conference article or thesis or book, it must have some information. Okay, where the article is published, what date, you know, who are the publisher, whether even if it is like a newspaper article. For example, like this one, I'm not sure that it might be just like an I don't know. I mean, you need to if you cannot get the information, then better not refer to this article as part of your references.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, because there are more. I mean, a lot more other articles with proper resource. I mean, proper citation, meaning that you can know where the article, what date, you know, which publisher. So for article like this, I mean, maybe you can use the information from this article, but not officially citing the article because you cannot get the proper information, you know, where the article is being published.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Doktor,
Yes.
kalau saya guna report orang yang dah buat, tapi bila saya masuk dalam Zotero, dia tak dapat buka.
Which one? I mean, which report are you referring to? I mean, what kind of report?
Report yang saya download dekat internet juga. Tapi saya lupa dekat Eagle Scholar atau dekat mana.
I mean, can you share your screen and open the report?
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, whatever resources or whatever sources that you get your material from, you know, usually the number one should be journal article lah. Okay, journal article, and then textbook, and then maybe the second category will be conference paper that people present in conferences. Okay, or what we call as working paper. Working paper mean that the paper has not been officially published, but you can still see where the article is being kept. Like for example, like in ResearchGate, okay, or in any official website. So these are the preference, the preferred sources of your materials. Okay, if the report that you obtain, okay, you should be able try to get, you know, where what is the institute, okay, or for example, like in UM, if the article is published from UM, okay, from the School of Economics, for example, and so there must be some information that you can, because the purpose of reference is that if somebody else want to extract the same report, they should be able to use the reference that you provide, okay, and there is no question that, I mean, so it's not about providing the references, the reference for the sake of providing, but it's just to provide, it's just to show that the material that you use, okay, people can cross-check. Cross-check means people can use your reference and look for that particular material, okay, on their own, and then see whether what you mention in your project, in your thesis or in your article, is it the same one as what being mentioned in the original source. So that is the purpose of reference. One of the purpose lah. Okay? Meaning that whatever, how you list down the reference, people can use that address, okay, or that reference, and try to extract the same article that you got your information from. Okay, so if that article or report, when people search and people cannot find that particular report, so meaning that it's difficult for you to verify whether what you say is it correct or not, because other people cannot see the original material. So if the report that you mentioned, so which report are you talking about? Sakina. Tak ada pun. I mean, I'm still looking at blank white screen here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking at your Zotero, but that is still. I mean, so which one are you? I mean, are you? I mean, you are mentioning about a report just now, but this is Zotero, right?
Ya. Kita import dulu kan sir file dekat sini.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
just click. Okay. No, I mean, can you open the original report? I mean, the so-called report that you download just now. I mean, the report lah, the conference paper, the thesis ke, the article.
Right, sir.
No, I mean, you're opening Zotero. I mean, you were mentioning that you download one article or one report. So open the report that you mentioned just now, not Zotero.
Oh, alright, sir.
While waiting, other students, do you have any other questions regarding the chapter 2 literature review? Okay, on the theoretical section, how you okay on the theoretical section, as I mentioned, okay, the article or the thesis that you refer to should provide the theory that is relevant to your project. Okay, so if you don't find that section in the thesis or journal that you are referring to, so you need to find one which is that has one section. Okay. Other students, do you have anything else to share on chapter 2? Sihun? Sihun? Do you have anything to share or to ask? Sihun, are you there or not?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I don't have any questions about chapter 2.
So you are clear, how to use the Zotero, how to use Sci-Hub, how to cite the article, how to organize your references.
Maybe.
Okay, other students, Jivesri, Ifan, Fabian, because I think because subject like this it's not like a one way where I keep on, talking about you should do this is how you should do it, it's more of a discussion subject, okay, because it's how you can actually know whether what you think you understand or think you know is the actual way or the correct format actually to write your project, okay, because you need to remember there is no exam, okay, so your 100% evaluation is based on the quality of your project, okay. So if you write wrongly or you don't explain correctly, okay, especially on the formatting, on the style of writing and everything, okay, so that's where the problem starts lah. Okay, is except of course you got one presentation, okay, for your group, but that is just a small part of your mark, okay, but most of the marks will come from the quality, okay, and the content of your project, okay. So that's why it's very important that you don't simply use your own style of writing in terms of the citation, okay. If you cite the name wrongly or you don't follow the correct format, okay, so this is where you will start to lose marks lah, okay. And if you cite an article but the article does not appear in your reference, okay, for example, you cite according to John 2020, but when I look for John 2020, the article does not appear in your references list. So meaning that you forgot to list or to include the article in your references list. So this is very common, especially if you copy or if you take the information from one journal or from one article, okay, but you did not actually take or extract the reference in your assignment, especially if you are combining, from different group members. Okay, you do this part, I do this part, and when you want to merge together all of this information, so they tend to be, missing references. Okay, name that appear in the text but does not appear in your reference list. So this is again a very major problem. Okay, major error lah or major serious offense when you write an academic article. Okay, it's like you are quote unquote cheating lah or plagiarizing, but meaning that you claim someone says this, but when I want to check whether what the person says is it the same one as you claim in your article, I cannot find the actual paper in your references. So that's why it's missing references is a serious problem in academic writing. Okay, it's not like a small typo error, you missing some word, typo. So this is not. So you need to really pay attention that whatever that you cite in the text must appear in your references. Okay, so this is a very common mistake among students, okay, whether master or even PhD students. Okay, and marks will be deducted, and if you commit so many missing references, okay, the article is mentioned in your text, but okay, the reference is not listed in your references. Okay, so and to the point that you will start to lose more marks, okay, because the whatever that you write in your thesis becomes irrelevant, because it's like you are saying something but I cannot cross check whether what you say is it correct or not. So this is where problems start to arise lah, okay, when it comes to thesis writing. Okay, so that's why it's very important for you guys lah, okay, not to simply cite article, but then the article does not appear in your thesis. Okay, let me share one. For example, okay, for example, if you go to any part of the text, okay, whether in the introduction, okay, for example, Endut and Hua 2009. Okay, so you claim, okay, so when you mention this author's name, according to Endut and Hua in their study, blah blah blah. So this particular paragraph is supposed to be referring to this to the author by the name of Endut and Hua. Okay, so if this particular article Endut and Hua, for example, okay, when I search for the actual article, meaning I go to your reference, okay, and find the start with E lah, and of course you need to arrange your article, your references from A to Z lah, alphabetically. So so I just go to E and see whether Endut and Hua is here or not. Okay, EN, okay, so the article is here. Okay, so I can just copy and paste this reference and put in Google Scholar and try to, let's say if I want to know more, is it what you claim, okay, by Endut and Hua in this particular paragraph, is it the same one as what they mentioned in their original paper? Okay, so this is where sometimes things become very messy for students, because first, okay, the article that you mentioned in the text must appear in your references. So if you cite someone, okay, and then when I look for the article is not here. So meaning that the article does not appear in your references, okay, or even that so meaning that is one serious problem lah, because whatever that you write in that particular paragraph, okay, will mean almost nothing, because you are saying that this paragraph is according to what, for example, this one, Meng et al. Okay, so Meng et al. Claim, so whatever that you write in this particular paragraph is supposed to be referring to the work of Meng et al. Okay, but when I go to the reference, Meng et al. Is missing. So meaning that you don't provide the reference, the full reference given by Meng et al. So meaning that I cannot verify that this statement is it what Meng et al. Says or not, okay, from the original article. So in other words, the whole paragraph becomes meaningless in a way lah. Okay, of course you might say that this is correct, okay, but if I cannot verify from the original source, okay, let's say I want to spend some time and I want to read more, is what Meng et al. Says the same one as what you written here? Okay, because you must remember that when you write, you cannot simply copy and paste directly from the article. You need to paraphrase, you need to rewrite, or else it will detect as turning in the plagiarism, the similarity index. Okay, so you need to rewrite. So sometimes when you rewrite or you paraphrase, the context becomes wrong. So this is very again a very common problem among students. Okay, or sometimes they change the conclusion or they change the context so that whatever that suits your need or your intention. Okay, sometimes Meng et al. Says one thing, okay, says differently, but because you want to modify the paragraph so that the article suits your topic, so you might change a little bit. Okay, so this is again another common problem among students. because whatever that you cite is supposed to support your article, is supposed to support your thesis. So sometimes student has this tendency to quote unquote cheat lah or lie, meaning that they change slightly the conclusion of the article to the point that it matches or it supports your topic or your thesis, okay, or your article. Okay, you get my point. Sometimes the person says, for example, if I say that today is very cloudy, okay, awan mendung, meaning that the sky is very dark, okay, but I don't mean that now it's raining, okay. So someone might say, according to Mukris 2021, today is raining, okay. Thursday the 18th of November is raining. So I did not say that, I just say that the sky is very dark, meaning that it might rain lah, but it has not rained yet. So, but because you want to say, you want to imply that today is raining, because raining is what you want to actually justify. Okay, that for example, November is the monsoon season, for example. So my statement is just, I mentioned that today is cloudy. Okay, the sky is very dark, it might rain soon. Okay, but then when you paraphrase my sentences, you mention that according to Mukris 2021, on the 18th of November, it is raining already. Okay, so meaning that I say something, it may point that it could rain, but it has not rained yet. Okay, but you change my statement to the point that it suits what you actually intended for me to say. Okay, so this is the reason why whenever you want to paraphrase or you want to extract information from article, you need to stay as close as true as possible to what the original author wants to say. Okay, and so this is one of the things that you need to pay attention. Okay, especially if the article that you refer to, okay, is very important, that gives a very strong support. Okay, is a very important article that you want to refer to, okay, for example, in terms of the theory, for example, or in terms of the conclusion of your article is similar to the article that you refer to, meaning it gives a very strong support, okay. But the first thing that you need to make sure that if you cite any article, it must appear in your references, okay, and also pay attention to the year. Sometimes the one that the year in the reference is not the same as the year in the text. So for example, Lee, Chang and Chang 2007. Okay, but when I go to the reference, the same author, but maybe you put 2006, for example. Okay, so the year also can have a very important impact, because as what we know, okay, some author can publish different articles in the same year, or you might have similar author's name, okay, but published in a different year. So the year also must be exactly the same as the original source. Okay, so you need to pay attention that whatever that you mention in the text, okay, by the surname, the year, okay, must exactly be the same, and it must appear, of course, first it must appear in your references list, okay, in your thesis. Okay, and items such as the year should be the same, okay, as the original article or the original source. Okay, so that is one reminder lah, okay, that one of the very common mistakes that students tend to make, okay, when it comes to extracting information from a thesis or journal articles, and especially in chapter 2, okay, where that will be the part that you will summarize as many articles as possible, but that article does not appear in your thesis, okay. Okay, any other question?
Sir, I have a question to ask you. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Sir, can you see my screen?
Yes. Carry on.
I want to ask, like, I want to write my thesis, and I go through a publisher's article, and this publisher what he is citing is he used the previous researchers citation like this
Okay.
let me see, like this
Mm-hmm.
he cites the Gatti et al.
Mm-hmm.
So like what you said in the thesis, if we cite someone, the name of the researcher should appear in our thesis.
Mm-hmm.
But what we are using is according to the article, which is the Hebrew people write. So whose name I should write in my thesis?
No, I mean I mean if the article that you open right now, okay, for example, if you go to the top, I mean the author's name, Mado something, right? Medo, Majid, Alf, Aman. So these people, they conduct a research, okay, in UM, is it?
Yes.
So I'm sorry, this is in Indonesia, right? Meaning that the sample comes from it's a career choice among students in Indonesian, right? Okay, so if you want to refer to this article, according to Medo et al., so it must be what they found in the Indonesia, not from other articles that they refer to.
Oh.
Because they conducted a study in among students in Indonesia. Okay, so when you go to the abstract or to the conclusion, okay, if you want to cite article by Medo et al., meaning the article that you are referring right now, so you must cite what they found in their own research, not by other people. Okay.
So means that I cannot use what they cite before.
No, I mean you can use the information from the article. For example, okay, let me share my screen first. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so if you open this, let's say this thesis number, this is thesis number 12. Okay, the effect of cost of living and household dependency in Malaysia. So this is the article. I mean, this is the thesis lah. Okay, so this student wrote a paper or wrote a thesis about this topic in Malaysia. Okay, so and the sample must come from Malaysian, from whatever lah, from the source. Okay, so this is what she found. Okay, this is the abstract, and this is the method, and this is the conclusion. This is the main findings. Blah 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 lah. So if I want to cite, okay, according to let's say, okay, according to Hafizah, 2000. What year is this? Okay, 2017. Okay, according to Hafizah, 2017, she found that the cost of living in Malaysia is affected by the household debt, whatever lah. So when I mention according to Hafizah, 2017, meaning from this article, I must refer to what she found in her article lah. Okay, but I can also use her article to extract other information from other people's work. Okay, for example, if I go to chapter 2 or any part of the chapter lah. So let's say I go to chapter 2. Okay, then here from this chapter 2, she referred to Zakaria et al. Okay, so this is what she has done on her review by other people, meaning that she did a section on chapter 2. So if you want to refer to Zakaria, just mention according to Zakaria 2012, meaning that, but of course, okay, when you want to refer to Zakaria et al., you cannot simply copy and paste the sentence. I mean, of course, many students do that. I also sometimes do that in the sense that, I mean, not copy and paste lah. You can use what because this is okay. What she wrote here, this is what she understand. Okay, from Zakaria mentioned this in Zakaria's paper lah. So you need to open the original paper and see what is the original text says. Okay, because this is what she understand. Okay, when this student wrote the thesis, okay, when when Hafizah wrote this project, okay, she referred to many articles to support her thesis. Okay, and for example, by Endut and Hua. So when you, let's say you want to extract this information, you want to take this paragraph, okay, and put in your thesis, okay, meaning that you want to put, okay, let's say Endut and Hoa mentioned that blah 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 lah. They argue that the rise in interest rate could give a negative influence on household debt. So the best way, actually, the correct way is to open Endut and Hoa and read the original article and see how you can paraphrase. You can rewrite the conclusion from Endut and Hoa and put in your own thesis. Okay, but many students, sometimes they are too lazy to open the original article by Endut and Hoa. So what they do is they just copy and paste, they extract this particular paragraph and they just rewrite. Meaning that they just rewrite in their own sentence so that it does not detect in terms of the turning in, but meaning that you use what this particular student Zakaria, okay, Zakia just now, okay, summarize the work by Endut and Hoa, meaning that you just simply take this paragraph and put in your own writing lah. But of course you need to rewrite, because if you just simply copy and paste, then it will detect as a similarity index. Okay, so if you want to cite Endut and Hoa, just mention according to Endut and Hoa, they mentioned that household interest rate can affect blah blah blah, meaning that you need to, if you want to refer to Endut and Hoa in your text, just mention Endut and Hoa, not by Zakaria lah, not by the original student lah, because the student Endut and Hoa is the paper by Endut and Hoa, not by Hafizah. Okay, Hafizah, if you want to say according to Hafizah 2017, it must be referring to what she found in her own thesis, in her own study about the household debt in Malaysia. It nothing to do with Endut and Hoa or whatever lah. Okay, so that's why when you read articles, okay, you don't only get information from that article, but also from other people's work. Okay, for example, if you look at this thesis, okay, you get the information from the main study, but also when you go to the chapter 2 or any other chapters, you can also find that what other people say, and you can use that particular article to also include in your own thesis lah. Okay, understand?
Okay, sir, I understood.
Okay, so Moroki 2014. So this is by this particular sentence was extracted from Moroki 2014. Of course, when you want to extract information, you need to paraphrase lah, you need to rewrite, not simply cut and paste from the original article. Okay, so you need to rewrite, understand the article, and try to rewrite based on what you understand. Okay, so that but as long as the context is still correct. Okay, for example, I mentioned just now, today the cloud is today is very cloudy. Okay, so that is my sentence. So what I am referring to that, so you can paraphrase my sentence according to Mukris 2021. There's a lot of dark clouds, okay, in the sky. So meaning that the sentence is still similar, meaning that the context is still the same, but the sentence structure is different lah. So you can say according to Mukris 2021, okay, on Thursday 18th of November, there's a lot of dark clouds in the sky. So basically you are trying to rewrite, okay, but the meaning must be the same. The same thing as if you want to use this particular article according to Moroki, okay, the best way is to go to the reference and open this original article, download the original article and read it yourself and try to understand how you can paraphrase from the original article. But many students, okay, they are too lazy to download the original article. So what they do is they just extract from this particular paragraph and try to paraphrase, rewrite or paraphrase so that the meaning is still the same, but you can still avoid the turning in plagiarism check. So that is the second option lah. But of course, maybe for undergraduate level, it is still okay to do that. Okay, but at PhD level or master's level, you cannot rely on that method, because the examiner might ask you, okay, you mentioned the paper by Moroki. So maybe the examiner want to ask you whether you understand what Moroki actually did in the paper. So you need to actually read the paper. You need to understand the paper before you can actually, because citing a paper not just simply for the sake of writing. You need to understand what the person actually did. Okay, and how does this paper actually contribute for your thesis or for your paper. Okay, it's not simply just to have more pages in your thesis. Okay, referring to or citing a paper, meaning that the paper adds, give credit or give weightage to your own paper. It supports to what you are trying to do. Okay, and for you to actually refer to a paper, you are giving credit to the author, because that the paper that Moroki written is a good paper, okay, in a way that, and the evidence is relevant to your own project. Okay, so that's why you are citing the paper, not just simply for the sake of trying to have as many references as possible. Okay, because whatever that you cite, the issue must give support to your own project, okay, or to your own topic lah. Okay, so you can use the other people thesis and go to the chapter 2 or any part from the thesis, and you can copy what the person actually, for example, this by you can copy this paragraph, okay, and still write in your own thesis according to Moroki 2014. Okay, they found that okay, household real values in blah 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 is adjust to, I mean, you rewrite as long as the context is the same, so it's fine for me. Okay, at least at undergraduate level is still okay. But of course, as I mentioned, the best way is to go to download Moroki 2014. For example, go to the reference. Okay, find Moroki 2014. Okay, find Moroki MOMO. Okay, Moroki, this one. So the best way is actually to download this paper. So because you can use the Sci-Hub, right? Okay, to extract the article. So copy and paste this paragraph. Okay, I mean that reference, paste in the Google Scholar. Okay, and most of the time you will be able to get the article, like this one is directly available for download. So this is the original article by Moroki 2014. Okay, so you can read the abstract, okay, and compare this information with the one that you refer from the student thesis, and see whether what she actually summarized, is it the same or not by Moroki 2014. So that is actually the best way to cite a paper, not to simply copy and paste and then assuming that the student summarize it correctly. Okay, so that is the best way lah, not to rely on what the student wrote in her thesis, because what she wrote might be, because at least you can see what is the original text is written, and you can paraphrase from the abstract itself, or you can go to the conclusion. As I mentioned, the quickest way to understand a paper first is by reading the abstract. Okay, and then you can go straight to the conclusion and read the conclusion, and then you can compare this information with the one that you found in the thesis. So you can compare whether you want to use this sentence and paraphrase in your own writing style, or the best way is to go to the original source, try to read as much as possible, at least try to read the abstract. Okay, and then from this information, you can try to summarize maybe in few lines. So you can mention that according to Moroki 2014, okay, in your own thesis lah. Okay, they found that blah blah blah, or he found that blah blah blah. Okay, so meaning that you are not really you don't need actually to rely on these exact sentences to paraphrase. So you've got other options, other style of writing, especially the original one. So this is the best way to actually refer to an article and put it in your own thesis. So the more thesis or the more journal articles that you read, okay, I think I showed you before, right? So any journal article that you refer to, okay, for example, let's say, okay, if I open, let's say, one article. So this article is by Ben Francois, Ben Matt, okay. So the conclusion by this article is given in this abstract and also in the conclusion. Okay, but I can also use this article to find other articles as well related to this particular issue. Because when he wrote this paper, in the literature review section, okay, the literature review is supposed to provide evidence related to this article as well. So it's like you are opening one window and you get more windows. Okay, so that's why you get more articles and more articles and more articles. The more article you read, and then in that particular article, it will provide more articles for you to actually use in your own thesis. So there is no, actually there are a lot of articles for you to refer to in your own project, especially if the topic is very common, it's very simple to do, very common, very popular topic. So this article is referring to many other articles in the literature review section. So you can use the articles being referred to this particular journal and put it in your own thesis lah. But of course, okay, for example, this article by, for example, Chowdhury and Daniel, 1998. Okay, so this particular journal only summarized the work by Chowdhury and Daniel only in 2 or 3 or 4 lines. So it's a bit it's very simple and very short. So if you want to paraphrase this sentence, it might be a bit too difficult because this is already short already. So the best way is to open the original article by Chowdhury and Daniel, 1998. So go to the reference, find Chowdhury and Daniel. Okay, yeah, this one, right? Okay, this is the article, Chowdhury and Daniel. Okay, so copy this reference, put it in the Google Scholar. Okay, put in Google Scholar and just search. So 99% of the time you should be able to get the article directly. So this is the original article by Chowdhury and Daniel, and you can see that okay, the article is directly downloadable, meaning you can open the link and download the original article. So this particular journal only summarized in 2 or 3 lines just now, okay, as I mentioned. Okay, so this journal only summarized the work of Chowdhury Daniel only in 3 lines. But for you to actually refer to Chowdhury and Daniel in your own work, it's better to open the original article. So at least you can read the introduction or you can read the conclusion, okay, and try to paraphrase using your own words. And of course, you can refer to this article to use as your guideline. What is the important information that you want to use in your own thesis? Because most of the time, journal articles only extract the main information or the main findings. So you can use that as your guideline lah, what information that you want to put in your own thesis. Okay, but remember, journal articles is very short. So whatever that they summarize actually is very simple and straightforward. But in your own thesis, thesis is usually much longer. So you can write longer, meaning that you can, if you want to refer to according to Chowdhury and Daniel, 1998, okay, you can have maybe another 2 or 3 lines that you want to write by Chowdhury and Daniel, meaning that you can have more information. So that information must come from the original article, because you cannot know the information just by reading this journal article, because he only summarized 3 or 4 lines. So if you want to write more, if you want to put more information by Chowdhury and Daniel, of course, you need to get the original article. So you need to download. Okay, if the article is not downloadable directly from Google Scholar and you know where to use, you can use Sci-Hub. Okay, so use Sci-Hub, open the article, find the DOI. Okay, and then you can download the, for example, so this is Chowdhury and Daniel. Okay, use the DOI here. So let's say that this icon is not available, meaning that the article is not available for download directly. So when you open the Google Scholar, okay, and you click on this link, and you cannot download the article, for example, so just use the DOI copy the DOI and open the Sci-Hub and just copy and paste. And this is an old article, so 99% of the time you should be able to open the article directly and just click download. Okay, so there are ways for you to actually download the article and read the original article so that you get more information and you can have more information to write in your own thesis. So that is the proper way, the correct way actually when you want to write your literature review. Okay, the thesis or the journal that you refer to can be used as guideline. Okay, can be used as a benchmark. What is the main information that you need to put in your own thesis? Okay, but just to copy and paste and paraphrase from this particular thesis and put it in your own thesis. Okay, so that is not the best way lah. Of course, you can use that. Okay, but the best way is to download the original article, read it yourself, and try to paraphrase from the original source and use this thesis just to get some information, just to use as a guideline, okay, what information that you need to put in your own project. Okay, so the more thesis or the more articles that you read, when you open the literature review section, then you can find more articles that are relevant to your project, because any journal article usually will have a literature review section which are relevant or which you can also use in your own thesis, as long as the topic is relevant to your particular project. Okay, so that is the way to do it lah. Okay, yeah. So next Monday, okay, I given you a link in your WhatsApp. So if you open your WhatsApp group, okay, I provided a link to my Google Drive. Okay, to the Google Drive of if you open the Google Drive, okay, you will find that there are several files for you to download. Okay, so I already provided how to install SPSS. Okay, so once you open the link, so this is the file for you to install. Okay, and if you open how to install the SPSS, so basically this is my own screenshot. Okay, so you can open the file and follow the instructions how you can install SPSS. If you don't have a copy, so of course if you are in UEM, you can bring your laptop to the pusat computer or the IT department, okay, and get the official program installed. Okay, but most of you are learning from home, so you can use this cracked version of SPSS. Okay, so just follow the guideline. Okay, many students have downloaded the same file using my instruction, and there should be no problem. Okay, so just follow the steps. Okay, how to install and also use the whatever that I put in your in your Google Drive here. Okay, so this SPSS will be used for you to key in your survey data, okay, your questionnaire data. Okay, and then that will be, I think we have one session on SPSS after the mid-semester break, I think. So that will come at or we see how fast we can do. Okay, maybe we can do on the last week before you go for the mid-semester break. Okay, so at least during the mid-semester break you can practice using SPSS. So I will give you some example files from past students, and you can see how the data from the questionnaire should be key in SPSS, and how you can do a simple analysis, okay, so that you can answer the objectives of your project, okay, using the SPSS program. Okay, of course, you can learn a lot of materials from YouTube. There are many hundreds or maybe thousands of YouTube videos, okay, on SPSS alone, okay, for basic setup, basic introduction using SPSS. Okay, so get that software installed using the link given. So next Monday, I think we will start on chapter 3, okay, focusing on the method, especially on the questionnaire, how you what is the best way or the correct way to construct a questionnaire, and then of course, okay, using SPSS as a tool to analyze your data, okay, collected from the questionnaire. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We'll